Okay, so right now I'm just going to be playing some Minecraft, and here and there I might be talk about some stories because I wouldn't say I have some crazy ones, but I do have some. And so I'll just start off with one. So I'm trying to think of one. I have multiple. I wouldn't say they're funny, but anyway. Oh, so I remember in first grade that my teacher, she had this chinchilla, which is like a kind of bunny, rabbit, mouse kind of thing. Not like bunny, but almost like a mouse thing, I believe. Sorry, I went off track. She, like, every day my classmates and I would go and play with that chinchilla. And when we did, we would, it would like hop around and all that. I feel like I'm getting these terms misunderstood. I don't really know what I'm doing. Just kind of like off the top of my head, no script or anything. But she had this chinchilla, and all my classmates before school started would would play with this chinchilla, trying to pet it and all that. I remember like one day between us, probably I think it was like either after recess or something. It was like in the middle of the day. I remember when I was petting it, and then all of a sudden, it like looks at me and it's like, I'm going, and it in its like head, it's like, I'm gonna bite this guy's finger. So while I was petting it, and we're like chomp, and it bit my finger, and I was like, ow, that kind of hurts. So I was kind of mad, and I don't think I was like always after that I was like weary of it, like not going to it as much as I did before because I didn't want to get bite. I was in first grade. So, and I told my teacher, I can't remember what her response was, but it was like, I can't really remember, but I think she said, like, oh, like, I'm sorry and all that, or like, you need to be more careful. That's kind of what I think she would have said. But, yeah. And another one is when I was at uh, my school did music fest, and and whenever uh, and it was my first year in sixth grade. Only the middle school did it. So when we did it, it was kind of new to us. So we, sorry, I'm losing track of what I'm saying. But I remember at like the last day of practicing, it was like a 2 to 3 day practice in sixth grade. Uh, a friend of mine, they said to bring like money because a there was a like gift shop, and we were like, oh, we might want to buy something. And I remember and I had some money, so I bought some like popsicle or something like that. And I remember my friend brought like $20, and when he bought it, when he brought it, he at first he just ate I mean, yeah, he ate a few popsicles, and then he said, "Oh, I want some more." And like every so often he would go back, and after a while I said, dude, stop. You need to stop. And he was like, no. And he had like his last like dollar or so, and he was asking around for like 20 cents or something, 25 cents, like a quarter. Because if he just had a little bit of money left, he could buy another soda or popsicle. And I was like, dude, you're gonna have a sugar crash. I think he later did have a sugar crash. But anyways, he, and so I was like, dude, you need to stop. And he was like, no. And I was like, here we go again. Because I told him like a few sodas ago, like, you're gonna have a sugar crash. And he's like, yeah, I don't really care. And I don't blame him. I wouldn't have cared if I came up and said to myself, hey, you go have a sugar crash. I would be like, who cares? And so he just started bolting, like booking it to that gift shop, and I was like chasing after him, kind of laughing because I'm like, oh my word, he's about to do this. And he used that like last buck or so to buy another soda. So to me that was kind of funny. We did pretty good when we were doing Music Fest, when we did the full performance. Another time was I had switched schools. So when so it was my next music fest, or my first music fest at that school. And so it was my first music fest at that school. And I remember they had these giant swings, like these giant metal swings, probably like a few times larger than a normal metal swing. And so I said to my friend, hey, catch me! And out of the blue he says, come to Papa! In like a weird way. It's kind of funny. And so I pretended to jump off. I didn't. But then somebody asked, hey, can I have a turn? And I was like, sure. So I wanted to like hop off, and I thought I slowed down enough. Nope. I ended up catching the end of it, the ground while I was getting off, and I tripped and I slid like a penguin or a seal. And it was like in one of those cartoons, and like the main character is like, ugh, because he got like dust or something. And so that's basically what happened. I got some dust and was some like sand, because it was made of sand. So I was like, ow. And so my friend started laughing because he thought it was hilarious, and I did too. Then another time was this, we were practicing for Music Fest the next day. We were practicing, and this girl went to go use the bathroom. She came back, and I couldn't hear her, but I'm pretty sure my friend heard her, and apparently she had said something like parkour or something. While when she landed, she did like a thumbs up. So we kind of started laughing because we thought it was funny. And so every time when we like meet or something like that, or every time when we're doing good or we want someone to do good, then we do like a thumbs up. It's kind of funny, but I wouldn't say the tip of the iceberg. But yeah, that was kind of the tip of the iceberg. So if you enjoy, please think about it. I don't even this is my first time doing something like this.